This one is, like I said, less concerned about being perfect and more about just being able to, like, read comments.
Oh, there we go. That works.
Here we go. That looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah, it does. We're already live here.
Yep.
Okay,
This is live. We are live on here now. First ever Wrestling with Whiskey simulcast.
Simulcast.
Haven't seen that since in a while. So I don't know. We might be looking between two different cameras depending on where you're watching.
Yeah.
But I guess we got to start this in the traditional way, the usual bullshit. Hey everybody, it's Matt, G-Ham over on the side here, ready to come in with March Madness week number 3. Like I said, we got a little simulcast going on. Hello everybody. If you got questions and stuff, this might be, Instagram might be your better thing because I can see it actually. Yeah. We're up close here. But the YouTube stream will obviously be up forever and ever and ever. This is here for 24 hours. So here we are. We are in week 3. Yeah. We are in the dead center of the race here. So
I'm trying to make sure you're in the. We're up. Get you in the.
They've seen my stupid face enough. You guys. Week 3. So today we come to the first ever kind of. Well, that's not first ever. Sorry, that was a bad intro. But we come to an interesting one for me, Beam Suntory.
Right.
Because this one was tough because it has 2 major whiskey names underneath that bracket. So there was Jim Beam, obviously, which has a big, wide catalog. But then Maker's Mark is owned by Beam Suntory as well, and they easily could have had their own catalog.
Sure. Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? They don't have a ton, but their basics are standard. You know, Maker's 46, Maker's Cash Strength, the new Maker's 101.
101, yeah.
All that stuff. It could have easily had its own bracket, but just for sheer numbers, I wanted to include them, so I kind of wrapped them into.
Yeah, I like that variety though. I mean, this is a tournament, right?
Yeah.
So this is the way this goes.
Yeah, and you know, and they could have done 2 and 2, and so I know I'm gonna get some flack for that. But Beam has such a huge variety between all their Jim Beam labels and all the Knob Creek labels, and there's Booker's and now Dave, all this stuff. I wanted to go with some of the favorites in the whiskey community because that's who. No offense, you nerds who are watching this with us. That's who we are, right? So I went after some of the favorites.
Yeah, that's a good call. So what are we looking at tonight then? What 4 did you come?
So tonight, we will be doing Maker's Mark, standard Maker's Mark. We will be doing Knob Creek, the standard 100 proof shelf edition. Perfect. We'll be doing Baker's. It is the old batched version of it. It's not the new single barrel.
7 years single barrel.
It is still 7 years, same proof, but it's not a single barrel product. It is the old batch bottle.
Okay.
Whiskey nerds in the house. So we have that, and then we have Booker's. And Booker's was batch 3 from 2019.
Okay.
So, because people ask, their Booker's can vary a lot. It's a strong one, and it's our first barrel proof contender.
Ooh.
This, I believe.
Okay. I didn't even think about that.
This, I have to go back and double check for sure, but I think this is the highest proof bracket. This contender.
I would definitely believe
because
that.
lowest is Maker's with 90 proof.
Yeah. And
then we go 100, 107, and 120 something.
Yeah, I definitely think that's the case. Collectively, the highest.
Yeah, because Buffalo Trace, we're going to have Stag Jr., and so which is barrel proof, but then everything else is relatively low. It's 100 proof or lower. So this has the most 100 proof or over products, I believe. I'll jump back to it. But either way, I'm excited to have our first. I believe, yes, you're right, Larry. It was Country Ham was batch 3. So I wanted to do Kentucky Chew, which was, I believe, batch 3 2018, which is awesome. Yeah. I love Kentucky Chew. So as usual, I've shuffled these a little bit. Like, it's kind of funny. I used to make such a big deal out of like the shuffling of them. Like, make sure we don't know, but I pulled them out of my bag, and like I put them on the table, and I'm like, oh wait, I already don't know what's what.
Yeah, you're already. I mean, we can, sit here and. I mean, and they all look the same.
Yes.
They all look the same. So, it's
right. But yeah. Oh yes, no master drag.
I take notes.
It's okay. We're in a good spot. I'm not being flushed out by hotel light tonight, so that's true. We have the beautiful Boston skyline in the back. Coming to you live from Boston,
Yeah, baby.
Massachusetts. Anybody out there from Boston? Oh God, I love your city. It's way too expensive.
It is. Whew. Cool town, though. Really cool town.
Awesome. Awesome. So Greg's ready with your notes. I got a little water ski here.
Okay.
Do you have some?
I
You
don't.
got a There's one right on the table. Oh no, that's an empty one.
That's okay.
Uh,
I'll just rinse
we'll
and then
share.
I'll find
So, without further ado,
it. Yeah.
line them up front to back. Let's get started. Week number 3. Or number 1.
This is a lot of fun.
Yes, it always is.
Interesting to note so far, like the chalk has won, the chalk being like
Yes.
the regular, what you'd expect, higher seeds of things.
The favorites.
The favorites, if you
yeah,
will.
the favorites and the 1 seeds have done well.
I mean, I think of that twofold, like, in something like this, you want something that is an upset to come through, but at the same time, it does make you feel good, though, to know that, okay, these are my favorites for a reason, or these are my favorites. It's not just all hype sometimes.
Right.
There's a lot of hype, don't get me wrong, in the bourbon community, tons of hype.
Yeah.
But,
That's
it's been fun.
someone pointed that out to me actually when we were making some of the choices. It's just like I felt bad putting some of those super favorites in there. I'm like, oh, I want to feature some of the other regular ones. But they're like, you know what? It'll prove it's
test
right
them.
it there. You know what? Yeah. Oh no, and you said
It was
that
me.
too.
I was like, yeah, but it tests them against everything.
Against themselves and their own partners and everything like that too. So,
Okay.
well, sample number 1, Bean Suntory. Cheers,
Cheers.
Greg. To all of you out there in digital land, if you're, drinking anything along with us or whatever, please.
Yeah, let us know what you're drinking if you're just along with us.
Bourbon Broski wants to know if we're doing anything in Tampa for Mania. Whiskey. Could be.
Could be in the works.
It's on the mind. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're definitely not just not thinking about it.
Yeah,
Put it that way.
100%. You guys will be the first to know.
Getting like that bubble gum again, man.
What?
Yeah. A little bit of wood and charm, getting sweetness on the nose, but not like
I'm
that.
not going to agree with you on that one.
That's fine. It's different. Who knows? But I'm not getting that charred wood oak sweetness.
Nope, but I'm definitely 100% getting Jim Beat peanut. This is one of the bean. I mean, there's 3 bean products, obviously.
Yeah.
There's peanut all over this.
I'm not getting that.
Okay.
What's
Fine,
funny is last week
we were like influenced each other back. Like, yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got
well,
that.
not only that, our vote was the exact same last
Yeah.
week.
Oh, yeah. Down to the 1, right?
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 1, 2,
the
2,
exact
3.
same last week. So it's kind of cool right now that we're both getting different notes on things.
A119 is a good ECBP. Yeah, dude, I'm getting peanuts. I'm getting salted caramel. Not killing me with proof. So it's not. I'm thinking it's
not singeing the nose hairs by any means.
Not really banana-y. I know that's a note I get a lot, but this one's not. It's got a teeny hint of it.
What is that?
It's whiskey.
I'm wrestling with what?
There's like an underpinning. Yes. You freaking pig. Let's think so. Okay.
Dancing on the finish there. I like that.
There is a nice Kentucky hug.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm getting that peanut on the tongue though.
There you go.
On the palate. Did not get a single bit of that on the nose. Definitely getting on the palate.
Yep, I'm getting some wood, some salt, more of that almost like caramelly leatheriness.
But it still started sweet for me. Really
Yeah,
sweet.
no, the to me the palate was sweeter
Yeah.
than the nose.
Okay.
But I'm trying to.
Yeah, I get it's going from sweet to lingering to that salty caramel peanut finish.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like that there is a little bit of complexity on the palate. Remember last week we had a few of them that just boom dropped.
Yeah.
Right. The palate, one quick note and then dropped. So it's kind of cool. Already out of the gate, we're getting something. On
There's
the
a nice
palate.
lingering sweetness on this one. There's a spiciness and pepperiness to this one that I don't get from a lot. a lot of the Knob Creek ones, or excuse me, not Knob Creek, but the Jim Beam varieties and stuff like that. It's like again, it tastes very, very much, it smells very, very much standard bean, but there's this light, sweet spiciness that comes with it. It's not standard with anything. Not as viscous as I thought it was going to be based on the nose.
No, it's really
I thought the
not.
mouthfeel was
I
going to
was
be a little
just-
bit more substantial.
I was just gonna say it's a very just sort of clean.
It is clean, yeah.
It just you don't get that. Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing.
But the spice, the tingling spice of it kind of makes up for it, in my opinion. Because I hate when something is like bland and thin. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes.
If it's going to be thin, give me a lot of little nice
some
jumping
dancing on the palate
flavors.
there. Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Okay.
Not mad at that at all, man.
Nope.
That's a great way to start.
No, I'm excited about all of these. Joseph Magnus, there we go. Cask and Cellar, Joseph Magnus pick. If that's the 14-year MGP one, that is a good
We got
one.
his brother in Ireland. I don't know if he's from Ireland. So he went to some Jameson.
We've got 8 million boatloads of Jameson over here, and please don't.
I'm not gonna turn down a free bottle of anything. So what my
I'm sorry. I love Irish whiskey. I think regular Jameson is no bueno. There's a lot of really, really good Irish whiskey out there, but the Jameson you find on the shelf, to me, is just lacking.
Okay.
It's it's like the regular. It's like Jack Daniel's. It's the standard, and it's nothing exciting, and I don't find it really good. So that's all. But we're not talking about Irish whiskey tonight. We might on a future episode. We're talking about bourbons and American whiskeys.
Yes.
So moving right along, sample number 2.
That
I like
first one set the bar pretty good for me.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely.
Definitely a different week this week.
Ain't mad at it. I like that a lot.
Ooh.
There's a lot more wood on that.
And again, really sweet. I'm getting a lot of sweetness on the nose.
Okay.
But yeah, we're getting wood, but like a cotton candy sweet almost.
Yeah, I get a little bit of like the candy.
But with that wood.
Leather, vanilla,
Yeah. It's those classic ones. With this extra
a
sweetness.
little bit of
for some
pepper.
reason.
It's light though. Makes me think the
Yeah.
proof is not very high.
Right, yeah, I'm not getting any burn at all. Even for like a moderately proofed.
Yeah. No Makers is lowest.
Yeah,
Could be that. But that's a little bit more oaky of a nose than I would have expected. If it is
From Makers, if it
yeah.
were,
So that's
yeah.
why. That's interesting. A little bit, yeah. And as I subsequent whiffs, I keep going back and getting a little bit more of that cotton candy-ish.
Yeah.
Mixed in with the kind of leatheriness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Interesting. Kind of one-dimensional for me. Not in a bad way. Like it's like one note. I like the note. I'm not getting a lot of complexity, and it's not changing on my palate at all.
I call it a little bit of like bubblegum with this tiniest bit of like pepperiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
kind of dancing along here. It's not jumping around
Right.
layered.
Not where you're getting these. Yeah. There's
Super
similar
easy.
notes that are rolling along.
Which I keep
Good,
going.
good entry level though for somebody that wants to start
Yeah.
getting to know about.
Super easy sipper.
Yeah,
This is light
absolutely.
as this is a good summer sipper. This is light as
Yeah.
sin.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like It's really
it's kind of one note, but a
Yeah.
good one note. I'm not saying
it's
it's not.
nice. Yeah, what's going on? Who's that? It's Mike. What's going on, Mike? Welcome to March Madness. Yeah, it's not. Like I said, it's nice. I feel like this would be good in like a whiskey lemonade, just like something
Yeah,
sweet.
I like the
sipping
summer
in the
idea.
summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's light.
For sure. That would be nice.
But there's enough flavor going on that it's not going to overpower anything.
Yeah. Yeah, good cocktail bourbon, I think. And you're right about that summeriness to it too.
Yeah,
Because
finish.
it's not
There's
too
no
heavy,
there's
not
no,
too doesn't burn.
Yeah, there's no finish on it.
No, it's just one. It's getting one note.
It's
Okay.
nothing too exciting in there. Okay. That's what you got to do, though. You got to weed them out. We're doing the hard work here.
You're welcome.
Doing God's work.
You're welcome.
So you guys don't have to.
We're doing this.
Actually,
saving you time.
You guys all should do it.
It's a lot of fun.
Just FYI, we are trying to come up with, we'll figure out details, the final week where we choose off we blind taste all 6 of the winners.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be the week we're in Chicago?
Yes. Your
Our
hometown boy.
So we're going to try to come up with something special.
Yeah.
We're not sure what that is yet, but we are going to definitely look for something to hopefully collaborate with someone locally or something like that. So we will keep you guys informed of that, but stay tuned.
But if you're in Chicagoland or the area,
Yes,
close.
please. Pay attention.
Because
Get ready,
we're working on a couple things for sure.
Yes.
And the hometown boy there, and I can assure you, he's got some things in the works.
Yes, very, very true. And what I have in the works right now, see that commentary? That
The
segue?
transitions
So
and
good.
segues.
So good. I'm like Greg here, who mouths his own ring introductions from the Mania video package
What are you talking
before the show.
No, we watch these same. Okay, if you've been to SmackDown, we watch the same videos over and over before the show, and we're just used to sitting in here and you just.
It was just funny. I was sitting there watching. It's the first time I've been out there before the show,
It's true.
so I was sitting there watching it.
It's my warm up for the show. It's how I
Yes.
practice to get ready.
Yes, well, I'm gonna practice smelling this whiskey.
Ooh, I'm getting a lot of that sugary charred oak.
I'm getting a little bit of that. I'm getting a little bit of the sample number 1, like peanut nuttiness.
See, I'm not.
I feel like I'm back to being.
I'm not seeing with that. I'm getting more. You know how sometimes we get that
Lots of
stone
pepper.
fruit grape?
Yep.
I'm getting that.
Okay.
I'm getting like charred, sugary charred and then like stone fruit grape.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, look at it. Wow.
Lots of pepper on this one for me.
Really?
Yep.
I,
They're very different tonight.
yeah. Well, you know how sometimes you say that there are certain notes that you just never get?
Yeah.
I do, so I'm not getting pepper on here.
It's fair enough. Yeah, there's a lot. A little bit of ethanol.
Yeah.
Singeing nose hairs.
Unlike the last
one.
one.
Yeah. No, this one's definitely higher proof. This could be the big boy. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's that nuttiness, a little bit of like.
I just keep going back to the same.
You know what, caramel? I feel like that's the same stuff in the Just light, yeah, a little bit of like the dark plum or something like that. But underneath a layer of like leather and pepper. Sweet second.
Now we're cooking with fire. Woo! That's nice.
It is nice. There's more proof
Oh,
on there.
it's
for sure.
dancing.
There is spice all the way around.
There's spice, but I get sweetness too.
Mhm.
This balance of this spice dancing across the tongue that Kentucky Huggy talk about all the time, and then but with it's just sugary, caramelly.
Do you have this strong drying sensation going on too with it?
Yes,
I do. I definitely
on the
have
back
that.
especially. Wow.
Murph is asking, should I try Jim Beam? You've never had it? Yes. If you've never had something, I encourage you to try it. That's what got me into this.
Yeah.
I don't mean to break away, but like
No,
that's a great question. Should you give
Yeah.
it a try? It's a simple thing, but yes. Give it a try. Yeah, everything. That's what we go out to a bar, you go to a friend's house or something. That's what got me into this. Is just trying one thing, and then another, and then another. Not all in one night. But yeah, and trying, and then your palate grows, and then all the things like that. And you learn, and you just learn to appreciate all kinds of things.
And also a good tip that you actually gave me once we first started doing this, and I moved back to Cincinnati, right, like Kentucky, bourbon everywhere. I at first chased the FOMO like crazy.
Yes.
I wanted the E.H. Taylor small batch, and I wanted the single barrel, and then I was just chasing this FOMO of this stuff. You gave me the great advice. Go to a bar maybe sometime that has a good collection, and sit by the glass. Don't go chasing some bottle you know you paid for. You might even like it.
Yeah.
So taste at the bar first. Pay the $10-15 maybe for some high-end stuff, or the bottle would cost you $100. Taste it for the $10-15. You might not even like it. Maybe you do like it. And you know that's the route you want to go.
Yep.
But I chased it at first. It was
just based off names and
names and
name
excitement
brands and what everybody else is chasing and everything like that.
Well, and where I live, especially, like everybody chases bourbon now. It's crazy. So take a deep breath, taste at the bar, take a night out. Tell me to taste 2 or 3 nights that I've always wanted to try.
Yeah. Learn what you like.
Yeah. Before you start going after these bottles of things that,
Learn
for
what
sure.
you like. And I am liking
I
this.
really like this.
Mhm. Yeah, it's got this heavy, viscous mouthfeel, strong drying effect, rolling from the front all the way to the back of the palate. Dancing spice, leather, oak, grapiness. That's very layered. It's complex.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
There's a ton of stuff going on.
Just so many different types of flavors too. Not even in the same, for lack of a better term, like vein of flavor. So it's not like sugar, caramel, banana. It's charred oak and then some sugar, but then some grape and some stoat fruit, then some pepper and some leather. Like it's really weaving together a lot of different flavors for me.
Yeah. I like that.
And just rolls.
Mm-hmm. It's very nice.
We got a contest tonight, folks.
Woo.
We got a
They've
contest.
all been good so far, but this is a good one. It's gonna be a tough one. Ghost, what are we trying? We don't know what we're trying. It's one of 4 things. It's called a blind tasting.
So
we know we're doing Beam Suntory products. Always clean your glass, folks.
Wow, what a contest we got.
Hey, they always are, and that's I feel like we've said that every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, as each of the brands has something like a special bottle that I think that our favorite is. But most, like I said, 99% of the choices we make are on almost every shelf in any major liquor store in the country.
Yes, and that's what's important.
And so and notice that every week we've been like, ooh, we got a because they've all been good.
They've all been great. Yeah.
And just shows you what's good out there every single
it's
day.
still available. You don't have to just go chase these bottles that people mark up.
Yeah.
We're getting some great bourbons here.
You don't have to wait in line or wait for October, November to come and stuff like that. You know what? There's a game to that, and if you're into it, but like just this is showing the beauty that's out there every single day, like by the case in some of these cases.
Some great vintages on this, some great years, some 7, 8, 10-year bourbons. Gosh, remember some of those barrel picks, those 9 Creeks for a while, which a lot of stores in just about every market have some barrel picks. At least one. 12, 13, 14 year.
Oh my God.
9 Creek barrel picks for
$40.
$40.
Yeah.
Which, when you think about that age statement on it, my gosh,
Huge.
that's a great deal.
Huge thing. But barrel picks and finding a store that matches with your palate and stuff like that. It's good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's close this out.
Number 4.
Here we go. Good. Give us a good one. Let's see if we have any main event bias here.
I hope not, because I'm already sort of like, I still can't call
Gotcha.
it at this point.
I know.
I still need to think about it. So, man, if this one is a heavy hitter as well, we got our
We're in
work
for
cut out for us.
we are in for a little rumination going on. And the last one.
Cheers.
Cheers, and cheers to all of you as well.
Interesting.
Okay. This reminds me a lot of number 1.
Yeah. Very kind of a light nose, doesn't really singe at all, but nice flavors to it
Yep.
too. Nice aromas. I am getting some leather on this. I feel like too.
A little bit.
Sweet leather.
We're back to the peanut. Back to the nut. Oh yeah. All over
See,
this.
the one time I got it on the palate, not on the nose. For some reason on the nose, I don't.
Yeah, this is like salted. Salted peanut. A little bit of like dark cherry in
I get
here.
the salt. I don't get the peanut though. Look at it. I don't know. Salted cream?
Yeah?
Salted
Okay, I
cream.
can get a little bit of that cream.
Well, you were live, you know.
Right on all fronts.
Were you?
Yes, warehouse, by the way. I'm looking at the comments again. Walk down warehouse. Don't make fun of my gaff. I'm trying to do science here.
Go to ProWrestlingTees.com, get the 8 in English. I'm getting that cream t-shirt. It's with a glass of whiskey.
If you guys
Glass
are
whiskey
blind,
on
if you
it.
guys are blind, I need
I'm getting
shirts.
that cream.
I need shirts. I will make
Put a
the
Glen
cream.
Karen
I
on
will
there.
make the cream t-shirt.
Yeah, man. I'm getting that cream.
Yes,
With the
warehouse
Glen
liquors
Karen
rules.
t-shirt. Is that where you had your event?
Yep.
Oh, that was great.
We are working on Whiskey for a Better World 2, by the way. It'll be this summer, it'll be in June. So stay tuned again. Also, I'm sorry that I'm localizing a lot of it, but if you're in Chicago or can get to Chicago this summer in June, I'm hosting a whiskey charity event. If you saw or attended the last one, it's going to be like that.
Oh, cool.
Bigger
Yeah.
and better, more people, more distilleries.
I'm excited.
I can kind of say now, I think we're at upwards of 10 distilleries pouring
Wow.
samples
That's incredible.
at this show. And then we're going to be having auctions again and tournaments and a blind tasting.
What do you have like a day of the week picked out for that?
It should be a Saturday.
Okay.
We're looking for a Saturday.
Because then folks in the area could listen, make a weekend of it. Come to Chicago.
Yep.
Drive in on a Friday night, maybe come to the event on Saturday, hang out Sunday, come to the event.
Yeah,
drive
it's a great
out
time,
Sunday.
especially in
great time
summer.
for that, yeah.
Especially in
Oh,
summer.
yeah.
Oh, God,
Chicago,
there's
come on.
so much to do. The lakefront and everything like that. Not to digress, but
No.
keep your ears out for that. I'll be coming with more finalized information when I get it as it comes. But this summer. Yeah. It's a common bean note,
Yeah.
and at first I never got it. I was like, what the hell are they talking about? But now the more and more I try something, I've been going through a lot of my knob barrel picks. Some of them are off profile, but going back to some of my bookers and stuff like that, I'm kind of getting it a little bit. I understand. I'm like, oh yeah, that is.
So in Cincinnati, growing up in Cincinnati, right off of I-75, there was a gin boot factory there.
Mm.
And you could like smell the sour mash at the time. And this funky sweetness as you drove by I-75. Like I'll never forget as a kid constantly driving and got the smell.
Ooh!
Uh-oh.
No, that just makes me question some things. I got a wave of spice on that.
Yeah, I like this one. Ooh. I like this on the palate much better than I do on the nose.
Yeah. Like, I was not expecting that bold of like a punch of flavor.
Right.
I thought it was gonna be like, oh, I thought it was gonna be good. I thought it was gonna be kind of like number 1.
Don't laugh at me here. Like I'm getting like, is this weird? I'm like getting some coconut on the palate.
I mean, it's not if you get it, you get it.
Yeah.
I'm not a
very-
huge coconut guy, so like that's a note I'm not familiar with because
The nose and the palate in this are so different.
see, I don't find them to be different.
I do.
I find it to be similar, but the palate was just stronger than I thought it was more bold than I thought it was.
Incredible palate on this, for sure. Now I'm getting like a tinny tingle. Maybe not tinny, I'm just getting that like a tingle on the tip of the tongue.
Yep.
And it rolls back.
Black
God,
pepper,
yeah, oh man.
some dark, again, I'm getting the stone fruits a little bit and stuff on
This
this.
just threw a huge loop in everything, like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Ah. It's got some heat to it.
Yeah, it's a lot of pepper and spice
Yeah,
on that.
exactly.
More than I expected.
So I'm gonna. It's gonna sound really weird. So there's a certain, I don't know what it is, ingredient sometimes in like Chinese food or Asian food. I had it like in Japan and I had it over here there, and it makes your tongue feel like this tinny magnesium metallic numbing.
Okay. Is that
It gives it like this numbing. Maybe I don't know. It's got like this numbing thing on your tongue, and that same sensation comes over with that.
Yeah.
And
This is like, for me, this is glomming onto like the front of my tongue, like
Yes.
the front of my palate,
yes.
and stuff like that.
It's totally different than how I feel about it in the range of before. I don't know.
See, to
I
me,
like
it's not
it a
that much
lot.
different.
To me, where it sits in the palate,
Okay. That,
for me,
Gotcha. Fair enough.
and getting that sort of tingle, nummy thing.
Alright. Well,
Oh gosh.
yeah, dude, I mean, it's tough.
I don't know what to do.
That's a tough one. I think I have my order though.
Do you?
I think I do.
Hold on. Let me make the list here.
Alright, now is note taking time. We've tasted everything under our Beam Suntory catalog. It is now time to calculate scores. It'll take just 30 seconds, but if you have any
Yeah.
questions, jump on in here in the chat. Now I can answer. Sorry if I didn't answer your questions during the middle of it. We were just in the middle of discussions and stuff, so
You want to tell them about Tuesday?
you want to jump in? Yeah, I'll tell you about it. So, again, any questions, please feel free to jump in, and we'll try to answer what we can. But this Tuesday is kind of exciting because Greg and I will be at New Riff
Yes.
with a couple of friends of ours. We are picking the Whiskey Mania 2 barrel pick of New Riff. Last year we came out with Whiskey Mania 1, and now people are trading for it on the secondary market, which is like weird because it's like flattering that
It
people
is, yeah.
but kind of pisses me off that like
Right, we don't want.
I don't want things. I don't want things that we had something to do with getting jacked up.
Right.
You know, and
Well,
it,
so, yeah.
part of that markup culture
I
and
agree.
everything like that, and that FOMO and all that stuff.
It's like if you can find it. Well, here's the thing too. I need to check with Bowman from Cork and Bottle. It sounds like it will probably be exclusively available as our barrel at
CBG Airport.
Cincinnati Airport.
There you go.
We'll have our bottles for us, of course, but if for the public that want to purchase it, Cork and Bottle has an outlet inside the CBG Airport Terminal B. I was just so impressed with the people last year. I can't
Yeah,
wait for this year.
it was a lot of fun,
So-
and like they're doing a lot of great things.
Yeah.
And
Are you gonna post pictures and stuff while we're there?
oh god,
Video?
yeah. And to those of you who are joining us and our Patreon members, you filled out the brackets for this March Madness, and you have a chance to win if you can get everything right. If you could pick the winners, if they picked all of them, I'm sending them a bottle
Of our new roof pick.
of Whiskey Mania 2. Yep. In addition to all the other
Wow.
T-shirts and coasters and stickers.
Yeah,
and all.
but that's like
Usual.
that's a big get right there.
Yeah, I know.
First of all, New Riff is kind of its own thing. We're in Kentucky there, and it's not something widely available. Even just the regular bottle's not widely available. They're not pick. There's available one place on the planet,
Yeah.
and you're going to send them a bottle.
Yep. So, hopefully,
Good luck, Patreon
Sure.
members.
Eric Smith wants to know if you have a lucky notepad for the barrel pick.
You know what?
You're going to be Mr. Notepad. for
You
the
know
barrel
what, Eric?
pick. You should.
Yes. I have the book you gave me for whiskey nights.
Oh,
I might say I'll
that's
take
a good
that.
one.
English gave me a.
It was a right pad book that I got from my friends at the podcast, Will and Grease. So thank you guys very much.
So I'm going to take that with me.
Yeah.
And I will definitely do that. And maybe at some point we'll go live from New Riff.
Nice.
When we talk about stuff.
Okay. Well, should we tally this up?
Gosh, well, hold on now.
You still need to think
I
about
need
it.
to think. Oh God.
I could have been talking. You could have been thinking.
Okay.
I'm
well,
sure of
fine.
myself.
Fine.
That's
Fine.
fine.
Just you talk and tell me.
Greg's got stuff to do. He's gonna make sure it's done. It's okay. You too. I see you over there. I see you.
gosh.
You're so far away from me. I can barely see you, but it's okay. Again, I'll turn back to Instagram here for any questions. Yeah, New Riff has been doing awesome. They have a great staff there. They've got a good team. It's an interesting environment having it like a distillery downtown, basically downtown Cincinnati. It's right over the river, but like to see a rick house in the middle of like an urban area.
It's pretty cool.
A fascinating idea. Our friends from 1010 Washington, you know what? I feel kind of like a fraud. I am not a Bourbon Trail connoisseur. I have not been to everything yet. I've been to a couple places.
What's he asking about?
The best spot on the Bourbon Trail.
So I've been to a few, and there's a couple different things I'll tell you because I live in Cincinnati, so I live like an hour from all this stuff. Actually, New Riff, I live literally 0.3 miles from New Riff.
We get it.
Sorry, I like I'm excited about it. I'm sorry. We all make choices.
Yes.
I haven't been to all of them. Woodford is very cool.
Woodford is supposed to be beautiful.
It's
a beautiful site.
Yes, it's a beautiful site, and it feels like a ski lodge.
Yeah.
Like it's really just leather and wood, and they also do a lot of distillery exclusive that you can only buy there. Like, sometimes they have some stuff there that you can't find anywhere else. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
The actual tour at Buffalo Trace is really cool and in depth. The hard hat tour. Take the hard hat tour.
I've heard.
So you
I've
gotta
heard
sign
a
up
lot
for that
of
like a
it.
month ahead of time. I've done that.
It fills up quick.
Yeah, you gotta sign up early for that. That's really cool. But the sleeper, you and I have talked about this. The sleeper, I'm telling you, is Castle and Key Distillery.
It is, and I feel like we haven't heard about it in a while, especially since Marianne left.
Well,
It's
they
kind of
haven't
been out of the
released any
news.
bourbon yet.
Yeah, but I feel like there was a bunch of hype around them for a while.
Yeah.
Because of Marianne and like the movie came out and everything, and so yeah, like and now it is. I was gonna say it wasn't, but now it is kind of a sleeper. But that if you like history, the old Taylor Distillery is just like loaded
the
with
story behind that. Like you get one of the tour guides there that really know their stuff, and they tell the story about Yates Taylor and how he built this giant brick house and the trains that would come in, and he built these English gardens. He built an Italian bath almost, like an Italian water.
Basically started like whiskey tourism.
Absolutely.
He was bringing people in, and like there was like
throwing parties next to the train. He had an actual train station at the distillery.
Just to bring people in.
Just to bring people in. They would get off the train, have a party, drink his bourbon, get back on the train and move. I mean, he was the Gatsby of bourbon, this guy. Mm-hmm. And so now they haven't really released any bourbon yet, so don't go in thinking you're going to taste a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
They're gin and vodka. Can't wait for their bourbon. But as far as the tour goes and the history and story, oh my, Castle and Key, hands down.
Luckily, there's tons of awesome options.
Okay.
Speaking of awesome options, no, it's okay.
God.
We're good. We're good.
I'm having a hard time.
Okay. It's all right. It'll be okay. I promise.
This is one of the toughest ones for me.
Okay.
Personally. Am I sure? Hold on. Okay. All right. Fine. Okay. Here we go.
All right. So.
Okay.
Ready?
Bourbon
good?
number 1. Yeah. We're all set.
All right. So sample number 1.
Yeah.
Where did you rate that?
I rated that 3rd.
I rated that 3rd as well. We're gonna do the same.
Wouldn't that be interesting if we have different notes completely?
Yeah, right. But we
then
rank them the same.
Rank them
that
the same.
would be very, very
Oh my
interesting.
god. Okay, so we both had 3s.
So that was my number 3.
Which gives that?
6. Grand total thing. Again, for those of you not familiar, we do golf scoring.
Yeah.
We rank them 1 to 4 or whatever, and then but we want the lowest score wins.
Yes.
So, sample number 2, I gave that was 4th place.
4th place for me too.
But I think we knew that the way we described it.
Yeah.
These next 2 will be very interesting.
Oh my gosh.
So that makes that an 8, and that puts that in last place. So sample number 3 for you.
Number 1.
We're doing it again. That was my number 1.
Really?
3 was my number 1 as well. Yep.
Which means 2 and 2.
Yep. So we're dead on again.
Wow. Even though we had different
Notes.
though.
Yeah. We
so
received it. We
crazy.
received it differently, but the enjoyment or level and the complexity or whatever it was, even if the individual tastes and notes was different.
This is why bourbon is so much fun.
Yeah.
I honestly thought we were going to be just completely off base on these.
I kind of did
Between
too.
the two of us, I was
Because
like,
when we started, you were like bubble gum, and I was like peanut. And you were like,
I thought for sure, dude,
This will
we
be
would
way
be
off.
like, oh my, are you kidding me? That's amazing. This was so much fun. Like to taste with people that are, whiskey nerds or want to learn like we do.
yeah.
Just, wow, that's really
It's
cool.
very cool.
Now,
So, we get
here's the real
yeah.
test.
What the hell were they? And what's the reveal? So, the order ended up being, so 2 was last, right?
Yes.
So we'll reveal that first. So
Well, and again, let's go over one more time what the 4 bourbons are, just to read.
yes, okay, so if you joined in late or anything like that, so what we had been drinking and blind tasting and trying to figure out what we liked the best was under the Beam Suntory label, and it was including Maker's Mark, Knob Creek, standard 100 proof, Baker's, the old bottle, the batched 7-year 107, and then Booker's 2019 batch 3, that's Country Ham. And yeah, those are the 4 we have to. So, what was the order? The order was from bottom to top.
Okay, number 2 was last place.
Okay, so 2, I'm going to reorder. So 2, then 1, then 3. No, 2, 1, 4, 3.
4, 3, yes.
So
2,
I'm
1.
gonna so 2 to 1, and then 4 to 3.
Now that's,
okay,
that's
so
last
from front to
place
back.
right there.
Okay, so here we go is our last place.
Gosh.
Here's what it is.
This is
The proof on the Booker's, I don't have it in front of me. It's on my phone, which is recording this right now. But it's in the 120s.
This is so
Well, let's see what our last place Beam Suntory pick was. And it is what I thought it was. Maker's Mark.
Makers, yeah.
This is the one we said felt entry proof. It was light.
Yeah.
Which, it's weeded, so that makes total sense. Great summer sipper and everything like that, but kind of one note.
Well, but you know what? The lesson here is for anybody that is either trying to maybe get their friends into bourbon or you're kind of like dabbling. What a great place to start.
Great
Start
intro.
with Makers,
And
man.
that's the other thing.
It's a classic. Absolute classic.
I know we sound like we're blowing smoke up everybody's butt every week, but like another lesson of this whole thing is everything we had to drink in this entire tournament so far has been good.
Yeah, like we haven't
Like
spit anything out. Like, oh my God.
even the losers are like, oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
The worst thing we can say is like, it's a little one note, but it's good.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
nothing has been. I haven't gotten like, because I've had some single barrel stuff before and everything where it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
like just rough.
Yeah.
There's not all of these. Everything we've had to drink has been very good.
Yeah, and like, listen, we do this every week and we're live. Like, you would know if we were just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You would know.
Trust me.
We can't edit that out.
Yeah, we do not.
This is
sugarcoat
honest.
it. So Maker's Mark came in last place.
Fair enough.
It's alright.
Okay, it's fair.
Everyone sees it as kind of that simple entry level, which is
Great
good.
entry, yeah.
But it's a quality one.
Absolutely.
So now,
So then the first one we tasted got
yep. So this was
Third
sample 1,
place.
which was third
One.
place, and that is. I'm curious about
do you think it's the non-fruit?
these two.
I think it's the Bakers.
I don't know which is which. That's the tough part I'm having. You think it's Baker's?
Only because, and maybe this is okay. So I tried the new Bakers, the single barrel,
Mhm.
and I just wasn't
Really?
not a fan.
Or would you be willing to try it different because it's definitely a different barrel?
Possibly, that could be
Mhm.
true. And this is the Bakers before that.
Yes.
Before
This
the
was
six,
the
so-
this was the more standard batch.
But I have a
Okay.
so
I thought it was Baker's too.
okay.
Because that dancing spice reminded me of the Bakers I've had before. Let's see if our candy asses are right. No, that was Knob Creek.
The Knob Creek.
Okay.
Really?
So sample
That's,
one
I mean,
was
that's
Knob.
again though
No?
another great entry level bourbon. So
It was
it makes
good.
sense that it would be Knob and Makers.
And it makes sense
you know,
because
side
I
by
remember
side.
that one was a little bit lighter. So that was the 100 proof. And, we thought of Baker's at 107, so that would make sense.
And I tend to like Knob Creek personally. Like,
Yeah.
I tend to lean towards like any barrel picks I see of that. I usually get them. I like them. I don't know. There's something about Knob Creek I like what they do. So that doesn't surprise me.
100%.
But wow.
So which makes me then think I'm gonna guess this is the Baker's then.
What the winner?
Sample 4. No.
Me too.
Third place.
I think the Bookers took it.
I do too.
But again,
we've been wrong before.
yeah, we've been yeah. So,
I feel confident about this, but we've been wrong.
Okay, so wait a minute. So this is second place. It was sample number 4,
the last one we tried,
and it's going to be either that Bakers
or Bookers.
Bookers, Bakers, or Candlestick Makers. It's going to be one of those.
Bakers, not Creaker Makers.
Wow, even better.
We are the
This is
bourbon
why
world's movers and shakers.
This is why he does this one.
This is why they pay me the medium bucks.
Oh, hey.
All right.
come on.
So let's see. Third place was Bakers,
Wow.
which makes our winner Bookers, baby. Bookers, lady. B.O. Bookers.
God, this is getting so interesting.
So here's the thing.
This is getting so interesting,
Yep.
man.
So we are here in week 3.
Half the field is in.
Yep. Half the precincts have reported. And like, I gotta say, once again, the favorite.
Yeah,
You know what I
kinda
mean?
just-
Like again, especially from whiskey dorks and
Yeah.
and fans, Booker's has always been a hot favorite. But one thing I will say about Booker's though, for the quality, you could put a lot of, and I kind of say this about Elijah Craig Barrel Proof too. I think you could put it up against a lot of these crazy limited editions.
Yeah.
And Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, to be fair, is kind of harder to find. But I see Booker's on literally almost every shelf in this country.
Yeah, it's even like in Cincinnati area,
You know what
you
I
can
mean?
still find Booker's.
And maybe because it's usually only around 6, 7 years old. It's not 10, 12 years old, but it
Yeah.
always has some pretty incredible profiles. So, once again, I jump back to the old basketball league, but the 1 seed, the favorite
the Chalk takes it
moved
again,
forward.
one of the top seeds. Yeah,
But,
you know
like
yeah.
what you said, the fun part about that is, though, like, then all these favorites will have to compete against each other.
That's what I was just kidding.
So far, we got McKenna, we've got Old Forester 1920, and Booker's.
Dude,
This
that's
first
gonna
half,
be.
yeah.
Half the field is in for the finals, and like it is just heavy hitter after heavy hitter, murderers row. Like,
Yeah.
these are all.
So even if you go and look,
Gosh.
if you look through the next 3 of ours or whatever, and you go through and if the favorites, the crowd favorites or the cult favorites and those are going to win, just okay, that's great, but hot dog,
Then they're gonna have to go against each
each
other.
other. Yeah.
So it ain't over yet just because they won their actual round. Like now they're gonna go head to head,
Yeah.
all 6.
Right.
And so far it is the top seeds. Some you would say from March Madness Bourbon Bracket.
Mhm.
So okay. So like you said, so far we've got Old Forester 1920, obviously now Booker's, and then McKenna. So what 3 houses do we have left?
So that's right. That's a good point. So looking forward, next week we will do. I guess we'll decide. I just made the option of. I'm still getting together some of the samples. We can either do 4 Roses
Mm-hmm.
or Wild Turkey, because
Okay.
those are locked in. We have everything ready to go for those.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just make a decision now.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do Wild Turkey.
I was gonna say let's do turkey.
We're
So
gonna do
next week
Turkey next week.
in the House of Turkey, what do we have? What
So
for?
yes, so next week for Wild Turkey we have Wild Turkey 101,
Yeah.
the go-to standard for many people. We have Rare Breed, which is
Okay.
their barrel proof, which is the Jimmy Russell passion project.
Yeah. Which I like. I have some of that. I like that.
Yep.
I like the work. I like that.
We have Russell's 10-year,
Ooh. Oh, daddy.
which which many people and David Jennings, I'm talking to you, think that can put up a fight against the McKenna 10-year.
I do too.
Things like
No,
that.
I
You know
do.
what
I
mean?
do too. I honestly do.
Yep. And then we are doing Russell's Reserve Single Barrel, and not a store pick.
Okay, just the single.
But just it's always going to be tough because like McKenna's
Yeah.
a single barrel too, but this is not a unique pick. It's just the distillery release of
Sure.
a single barrel. So I will let you guys know when we get that all together. That will be next week.
Gosh, this is turning out to be.
And then after that, we still got 4 Roses and Buffalo Trace.
Yeah. Which, again.
Yeah,
just
just the small little guys of 4
Yeah,
Roses
it's
and
all
Buffalo freaking
NBD.
Trace.
NBD. This is getting really exciting as we go week after week.
Before, of course, move on though, but once again, like we had the last several weeks, huge thank you to the guys at Beam Suntory, especially.
Oh,
their
yeah.
headquarters are located in
Absolutely.
Chicago, so they've been very cool with me. Dan over at Beam Suntory was very, very helpful with this. And they sent us a product sample for the tournament, just like the other 3 have done so far, and most of the other ones have done for the future weeks. So we'll thank them as well when the time comes. But a big thank you tonight, Beam Suntory, for helping us, diving in with both feet, being excited about this, because we're all excited about this.
This is great.
Most of you are excited about this.
I hope we can get some people out to this fight, because this final's just.
We want to involve you guys somehow.
Yeah, so just get. I mean, whatever it is.
Because that's why we're doing it live, so we can get some participation, and have you guys. You're in this with us too, as much as we are. So thank you, of course, every week for tuning in. Send your comments, send your direct messages. WrestlingWithWhiskey@gmail.com. You can hit me up WrestlingWithWhiskey here on Instagram. You can hit me up on the YouTube, Wrestling with Whiskey YouTube. Greg, where can they find you?
At Greg Hamilton WWE. Instagram is probably the best way. Also Twitter, but Instagram for sure.
Yep. Wrestle Whiskey on Twitter for me as well, and then you can do the Drama King WWE or WWE Drama King on Instagram and Twitter respectively. But thank you guys.
Yeah, and keep an eye out Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. East Coast time. From there till about noon or so, we're going to be at New Riff doing the Wrestling with Whiskey.
Yes.
Whiskey Mania 2
We'll be
barrel
posting
pick.
stuff.
We'll be posting, might even go live a little bit if we can, but that's going to be just a good time. So if you're just bourbon nerds like us and want to have some fun with this, we'll make sure that we're posting. But I just think that there's one more thing.
Oh, it's true. What on earth can I need you people to do? The audience, the world, everyone on the planet.
Well, we wanted to keep trying new things.
Keep trying new things, that's right. Try things blind, open your palate.
Open your palate,
open
try
your
blind.
mind. You know what I mean? And
What else though?
always
be
wrestling
with
whiskey. Yeah. Thank you guys. Now's the awkward part where I have to go and turn the camera off while it's live, because that's how it is.
Then you just don't see this.
Woo!
See?